Hey guys, Erie is here and welcome along to another video. Now I'm working from home today and I've managed to grab myself 10 minutes just to both introduce and then do a bit of an outro for this video. The video that I have for you today is a race that I did at Sebring in the iLMS. I'm in the BMW M8 and the Sebring track is one of my absolute favourites. Now it's not in the current Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa Competizione, so the only place that I can do it is here on iRacing. Now the reason it's my favourite is because it's just a unique track. It's built on a World War II army base. It's an airfield that they used during that time to train up pilots essentially. It's unique in the fact that it's on an airfield. It's got huge cracks on the old World War II surface. It's got long straights, even one of them is part of the runway, and it's also got lots of tight twisty turns. So it's definitely one of my absolute favourites. It's up there with Interlagos and Laguna Seca for me. Now just because it's one of my favourites doesn't mean I'm any good at it. I'll roll the clips now and you'll see exactly what I mean. Right guys, how are we doing? Have some high quality H2O just before we begin. Welcome along. We've got an hour or 35 or 36 laps according to the results of iLMS. So the iRacing Le Mans series here at one of my favourite tracks that I really haven't actually done much racing on at all, Sebring. Now it's going to be a tricky one because for the first time we're in a multi-class race. Other than the endurance stuff, of course, this is the first time in a regular race that we are going to be in a multi-class race. There's no LMP1s.
Hey David, am I allowed to go alongside you, or do I have to hang back because you are on a row ahead of me?
It's a good question. Very good question. As I was saying, there's no LMP1s, but there are some HPD ARX 01Cs, which I presume are LMP2s. So it's going to be interesting. We've qualified in 20th place. We are the 26th car, so we're a bit ahead of where we should be, which is good. And as always, we're just going to try and be slow and steady, because this track, although it's one of my favourites, is an absolute killer. The curbs are horrendous and there's some pretty thin bits, so I think there's going to be plenty of excitement. But I guess we'll find out. We've got an hour or so to do so. Cool. It's almost crashes already. What's he doing? Just overtaking everyone. But yeah, it should be a good one. I'm really enjoying these longer races. Loving my iRacing at the moment. Should have had a decent result last time out. I mean, we did have a decent result last time out, but it should have been a bit better. We messed up the fuel a little bit, and I'm hoping my pedals are going to hold out. My pedals are in big trouble. I've got something in the works for the ADAC or ADAC Expo at the end of the month, end of August, so I'm going to be going there if anyone is. I think I've mentioned that before, but I'm hoping, as I'm in advanced talks with a certain sim racing equipment provider, to be able to pick something up maybe there. So I'm going to be driving over to Germany from here, from the UK, so it could be really cool. Right, let me have some more high quality H2O. Smashed it. So yeah, just hoping for another clean one. Really, plenty of concentration involved. And yeah, we're just going to see what we can do. I don't really see many other BMWs. Oh, there's one. Two, actually. So quite a good spread of cars, actually. But we're going to be getting going very, very shortly.
Good luck and keep it safe.
Here we go.
Two, can you stay in your lane, please?
I've got my trampoline and socks on again. These ones here.
Get ready.
For extra
Going
grip,
green.
they've got rubber bits on the bottom. So happy socks are good for work, but not necessarily for iRacing.
No problem.
So let's see how we get on. Wish me luck.
Green flag. Green
Green,
flag.
green, green. How many people are going to spin at this corner then? See if we can all get through here. No, someone's
Go
round
left,
already.
Right side. Keep to the left.
So made up a place even before we got over the line, which is good. Again, an hour-long race, so not looking for anything particularly daredevilish. It's incredibly tight through here.
Car right.
That's
Clear
it.
on the right.
Guys, obviously not.
Go left. Go
Oh.
left. Right side. Clear. Go
Here's
left.
one of the quicker cars here. Already found his way off. It's going to be difficult for him to come back through, you know, because there's not all that much difference. But we have done all right so far.
Sorry, Rick.
Beautiful sunset here. Just want to avoid those curves. These GTs are set up so stiff. You just want to avoid them at all costs. And I'm not going to profess to be the fastest around here. You probably know that already by my lap time. But hopefully I'm going to learn it as we go along.
I have ein Problem.
I don't speak French, but that didn't sound good, if it even was French. Whew. It's almost like a double-pronged corner, this one. It's a 180 corner, but it's quite a wide one, so it's very difficult to pick your braking points and your turning points. But one lap down, we've made up a couple of places. Things are looking okay so far, because we know there's going to be some more crashes.
You got
There
it.
we go.
Car on the
From the
right.
braking. Wasn't much, but it was just too much in this case.
Staying well away from those curves because you'll be off. We'll probably see it a bit later on with some of the people. Clip those curbs and you'll be in the barrier. More issues. Oh, that'll probably be him.
Car on the right. Go left.
He did well not to turn in there. Another late turn in. Got to be careful of those instant points as well. As always, you're going to have 17, I think it is, for this entire 1 hour race. So you've got to be uber careful. I did try and change my rear view. I know someone said it in the
Right side.
this
Clear on
guy
the right.
needs to make his way back up the field, doesn't he? I did read it in the comments that somebody said change it to a little bit sort of wider or narrower so you don't get scared when people come up behind you and they don't come up so quick. But I did try, but I couldn't actually find out where to do it. So I do take your comments on board and your advice. So thank you, I just don't know how to do it. You have to take this corner like Brands. Forgotten what corner it is. The one after Graham Hill. It's almost like a late apex into it. Because again, you just got to stay away from those curbs. I'll stop saying curbs in a minute. This guy's
Go
going.
left.
It's fine, we just keep picking our way through. Getting more and more comfortable with every lap that goes by.
Look in your mirror before merging back into the lane.
Oh, Jonathan's not happy with something. Still without an off track so far. Not too confident around this corner so far. I think I just take the apex a little bit too early. But we're still going. We're just going to try and keep it clean and gently improve on that delta.
I still will.
And my delta, for those that don't know, is against my fastest lap ever. So we'll see how we got on against that. Tried to catch it, can't catch it. Oh no, I'm going to have to wait for everyone to go past now. Go. Oh, that is so frustrating. Have to wait for everybody to go past. Oh. Well, not everyone actually. The delta's just got a bit better. I thought that was everyone. To catch it there under braking again. That was not ideal. I felt we were sitting into a bit of a rhythm there. Lost about 13 seconds, as you can see. I couldn't just come back onto the track. Had to let people through. Bit too quick through there. Come on, pull yourself together. Four points there for losing control, right. 4 of 17. Right, settle in now. Concentrate. Tyres, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if I've flat spotted them or something, but they're feeling a little bit sketchy, shall we say. Back down to 20th. That's fine. We'll keep going. See what we can pick up. We've got a Ferrari 488 up in front, I believe. Max Riebensteiner. So I'm just going to give this one a proper wide berth. Don't want to be making that mistake again. It's so easy to make mistakes, but the car isn't damaged. Ooh. Let's catch it there.
Hogan, please.
Let's try and get into a rhythm. So 50 minutes left, so plenty of time. Plenty. Close right up on him. And as I mentioned, it was such a difficult track, so things can go very, very wrong very easily. Bouncing around on those curves. He's gone deep there. You hate to see it. So you're nice and careful on the throttle and the brakes. Whew. Let's try not to carry too much speed through there. See if we can close right up on him again.
Sorry, David, I got very close there, sorry.
So bumpy as well. I think this is an old airfield. If my research tells me correctly, or my memory serves me correctly. Go, go, go. Seem to be catching the guy in 18th. Slight lock up there. Oh, he's done it again. Sorry.
Left side.
Sorry, Jerome.
Clear on the left.
You got to apologise. Done it again. Achilles heel.
Left side. Clear on the left. Car on your left. Clear.
These guys are rapid. Obviously they're in different cars, but different classes. But that's a first. And adds obviously another element, I should say. Not diet. Well, I suppose it is a dilemma. Another element to the game. He almost binned it there. I'm really disappointed with those two spins. Let's try not to spin again. As we come up behind the Angry Bird car. I'd love an Angry Bird version of that, or an Angry Pig, or whatever it's called. Oh, they're going to touch. They're going to
Go
touch.
right.
They're both gone. It's fine, we'll take a couple of those places. We need them. We need other people making mistakes for a change. Yeah, I don't know if the new pedals that I'm going to get, or hope to get, will fix this. I'm not sure. Because I know they say... I was reading up basically a lot about load cell
Guys,
pedals.
my car on the right.
Ooh, another one's binned it. Take another place. But they say that Formula 1 cars barely have any travel in their brakes.
Right
I have it,
side.
David.
Clear on the right.
And then hopefully...
GTE, please stay on your racing line.
He's not talking to me, I don't think.
Right side.
Yeah, as I was saying, they say that the load cells and stuff are like Formula 1 cars in the sense of you can't really push it down because you can be more sensitive with just your foot and your ankle. But we'll see, I suppose. Well, I've come into here a little bit hot. Don't hit that
Right
wall.
side. Clear on the right.
One holding.
Car right.
Shoot, that was close.
Clear on the right.
That field's coming through now. But we are just going to keep ploughing on. We'll try to at least, unless we're going to run wide every single time.
Losing too much time, just drive.
$40 left. Getting a bit annoyed with myself now. Keep messing it up in that braking zone. So many mistakes. So many mistakes, Rory. I can't blame the pedals for that one.
Left side. Clear on the left.
That is all me. Frederick's going defensive. I can feel the car moving.
Car right. Still there, hold your line. Clear.
Right, got him.
Car on your left.
Just go.
Clear. Car right. Clear on the right. Right side.
So thankfully
Keep to the
Dan apologised, you can see
Clear
it
on
up
the
there.
right.
He did mess it up a little bit. I thought it was going from a bit far back. God, it's been a messy one, this one. I'll keep it in second and then hopefully I won't spin. This guy's got no rear, looks like no rear windshield.
Well, come here.
Nah, I'm alright, mate.
We have some fun, dude. You'll see.
I want the most boring race there ever was.
Come fight with us.
So, trying to get both these guys. Try not to get pummeled by a higher class car this time. We can't be far off the bottom. Oh, bloody hell, we're almost last. Right, let's try not to come last.
Right side. Clear.
I just need to stop almost getting disqualified. These just struggling with these GTEs on these pedals. Under braking is just so poor from me.
Left side. Clear.
Don't think we're going to finish this one. I don't know if that was him or me. But we're in the same situation. This might be a shorter video, this one. And I'm not going to blame the wheels at all, the brakes at all, but I do feel that I might need to upgrade these, and luckily an upgrade is on the way. Not the wheels so much, it's more about the brakes for me. I just feel like with these at the moment, they do have dust in them and stuff, and we've seen that before. It just seems like a different experience every single time. Right, let's try not to crash.
Still there. Stay on the left. Clear.
Dude, don't be impatient, bro. Go inside.
I think I'm just getting off the brake pedal a bit too quick, that's the problem.
Good, David.
Let's get after Rolf now, who's down the road there.
You've been disqualified for too many incident points.
Oh. What? What's he doing? Was that me or was that him? Oh. Oh. That was all him. That was all him on that one. Oh. Oh dear. There's a break in a normal place. And even with hitting me, he doesn't make the corner. He arrives. Is it this one? He arrives with his wheel locked. That. Oh. So that is 2 disqualifications in about 4 races. Not good. Oh no, not good at all. So yeah, not really the result I was hoping for in that one. And it wasn't that guy's fault at all watching it back. So if you're watching it, I know it wasn't your fault, mate. It was completely my fault. To be honest, he might have finished the job, but I did spin multiple times and have contact. So I was a bit frustrated at the end, but it absolutely was not his fault. But either way, it's a good learning experience. I really enjoyed the track. Well, when I was facing the right way anyway. And it was my first time there. It was my first real race at Sebring. So I think, being realistic, I mean, on the tracks that I'm good at, such as Suzuka, I dread to think how many laps I've done around there. Must be absolutely thousands. So I think as I do more and more, things will get better, and it's just more of a teething process. And I also should get better when I get my new equipment. I'm particularly looking forward to getting some new pedals. Hopefully like a low cell type will really help me out on the braking, especially with these cars without ABS like the GTEs, certainly that BMW, and you really saw how I struggle with it. Braking from a very quick speed to quite a low one is something that I really just am struggling with. My pedals are deteriorating fast, so for those that give a shit, and don't worry if you don't, discussions are going well, and I'm hoping to get something all organised in the next couple of weeks, which will allow me to, fingers crossed, pick them up at the ADAC or ADAC, sort of like IMCA, IMSA or IMSA, the ADAC Sim Racing Expo. I really hope that we can get something sorted so I can drive there. So I'm doing like a travel vlog, which should be really good because I've never done that sort of thing before. It's about I think 600 to 700 mile drive from London all the way to the Nürburgring. So it'll be really good to document that one. We'll be going in the Eurostar as well, which will be pretty cool, and I'll bring you guys along for that one. But hopefully, as I say, we'll get it all organised and I can visit this particular company at the ADAC Sim Racing Expo and collect it, which I think will be a really cool thing to share with you guys. But for now, we're going to put that one down as a learning experience. I think a lot of it is, iRacing is such a difficult game and is so much more than your normal console type games, and that's what I absolutely love about it, is the challenge. So I'm going to dust myself off, practice again for the next time it comes around, and yeah, hopefully with the new equipment and with a little bit more experience, we can have a better result next time out. But for now, guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.